Good morning. I gotta call a tow truck this morning. Getting towed. Do a quick Q&A. Car Cranking asked, I love the Volkswagen van that you drive. Is there a chance of a video of you just cranking over the bus, not have it start? Do you have to pump the gas pedal when you start it? Yeah, we do. We actually have to pump it up a little bit and let the choke warm up, and then it's ready to drive. You can drive it, but it's kind of a little shaky and a little bit not awake yet. Pet NZMe01 asked, he said just call me Pet. Okay. A few questions. Do they have a thing called a skipper's ticket in your country? If they do you have yours? If you don't, would you go for it? Skippers is a first level on your way to captain. Pete actually considered getting his captain's license. We do have a captain's license here. But no, I haven't gotten that. I think you can get like a boater's driver's license. I've heard of a kid that actually did get that. How long does it take? Cliff Wells asked, how long does it take to run the dinghy between the boat and the dock? Depending on where we are, but about 5-10 minutes. Michael Lewis asked, first off, where do you get rid of the urine? In a public toilet or overboard? Depends on where you are. We do it in a public toilet. Sometimes people offer a place to dump the pee jug, and if you're offshore you can actually dump it overboard. But yeah, we usually just, when we're inshore, we just bring it in. Mazda RX-7 asked, can you dump your dish or shower water if you had a shower, or do you have to carry that ashore too? We actually, our dish and shower water goes overboard. We use biodegradable soap, and we don't really cook with oil that much, so a lot of our dishes are really just organic stuff. And as well as shower stuff, we use very eco-friendly biodegradable soaps. But there are certain places like the Keys where you're not allowed to dump your gray water, so we actually do have a holding tank to put any gray fluids into, and then pump into a tank to bring ashore if we actually really had to. Bus of shame.
Hi. Yeah, good morning.
I'm in the bus now. The broke down bus. Mind Rover Powell asked, out of interest, why would you cut a tarp on the inside of the cabin / bunk rather than place a complete tarp on the outside upper deck, slightly elevated to allow airflow, and tacked to the rails rather than gathering moisture inside the cabin? It's a good question. We actually do have a tarp on the outside of the boat, but there is water that still kind of gets on the deck. That tarp is really for the sun, to keep the sun off the decks, because, you know, obviously the sun will shrink the decks down. I really just did that tarp as just to keep the rainwater from dripping on our heads. James Griffith asked, do you keep the decks wetted down so the planks can swell tight? Yeah, we do try to do that. It's hard to do it all the time, but yeah. Camp Bub asked, does the copper leak? Nope. It might, but it doesn't right now. Old Goat asked, what kind of sewing machine is that? That sewing machine is a Sailboat. It's just a straight stitch. It doesn't do the zigzag. It's a great heavy-duty machine. Sensei Dave asked, wouldn't it have been easier to sew when you were on the hard with power? That machine, actually the powered foot crank broke on it, so I have to use it as a hand crank. Richard A. Alcorn asked, why don't you treat the woods above outside to prevent the leaks? We do, but being a wood boat, it's still it still leaks. Mark Lindman 1 asked, where did you buy the bus? Was it very expensive? We actually got the bus for trade. Pete made a hardtop for a gentleman for his boat, so we traded the hardtop for the bus. Algonquin 81 asked, how old are you? I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 this year. The Adventures of the Cayman Jewel asked, what model dinghy do you two have? The dinghy is called a Peanut. I call it the Coconut, but I think the real name of it is a Peanut, which it's cold pressed maybe, or hot pressed. So there's something about it that it was made during the time when they would make wooden airplane wings. So it's pretty cool little dinghy. So tell them what you're gonna do, Pete.
Have to cut the gasket right there, I guess.
Tell them what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna cut the bus right here and right there. So when we lower it down, we can just pull it right out of here. So just be able to pull the motor out.
We're losing my mind. I mean, what?
As soon as we do that, we'll never have to
I just said we're losing my mind. We're losing our minds.
As soon as we do this, we'll never have to pull the motor again.
Yeah, right. I've been saying that for a while now. As soon as we do this, we won't have to do it again. Asked, do you have to have a fire extinguisher and throw a life ring on the dinghy? No. Live and Light asked, yep, how do you use a sextant? I'm not going to tell you. Dexter asked, I know Pete plays several instruments, but does he have a favorite? I don't know. I'll ask him. Nice face. Do it again. Where'd it go?
Chris's little drawer.
Okay.
I got another one here too. This one.
What's your favorite instrument?
This is 11/16. That's the metric one.
A wrench?
I don't have a favorite instrument.
Okay, good answer. High Water Circuit Rider asked, I love your clothes. Do you make any of them yourself since you are good at fabricating other canvas things? I've actually made a Halloween costume one time. But no, I haven't made my own clothes. I haven't really taken the time to do it, but that would be kind of fun, you know, if I ever do, you know, do that. This is Roxy and Matt. They're going to take a boat ride with us out to Norna. Hopefully it's not too rough out because it's been...
Ready for it.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. Yeah. Should I get some blocks for that, Pete?
Yeah, just let it tip over.
Okay. So the fork broke on it then.
So we need a whole new fork thing. Or, because we've already welded that once.
Yeah.
Why the hell does it keep doing that?
Maybe the circlip fell back again, Pete.
No, sir, it didn't.
Oh.
I don't think. It looks centered still. See, as long as this is centered on that spline, then you know it's in the right place. When this circlip lets go, it pushes the whole thing that way.
Did it break? It didn't break the pin this time though, but maybe we should make sure we get new pins.
Yeah.
Again. Nice.
Oh, I overheated the crap.
Pete got the outboard on the dinghy. Got it running with the water pump now.
Sounds weird. It's making a weird sound. Oh well,
Man, shower feels way better. Can't wait to eat. So the outboard's running good. It's kind of making a weird whirring noise, like maybe it needs some oil sprayed around some of the stuff. And also when Pete went to load it onto the dinghy, he accidentally dropped it. Anyways, we're gonna go out to the boat, make some dinner.